Right, this is in a way the previous iteration, I'm going to call it that, sorry, but just wanted to show you it in the box. This is to go on a stand, these holes, which I'm sort of part way through. Well, I'm modifying everything, but just wanted to show you that this sort of works okay. Let's press the reset button. Kills, see? Reset the ramps when I do that. I'll do that again. See, it comes up killed. So that would stop the print, shows you that working. If you look, you'll see that it's sensing that it's got the SD card in there by the symbol. Let me select auto home. Show you that that's basically working. See, starting off the auto home there. I won't show you all of this, but it's going to do the homing. So that's okay. There are some improvements a bit tight around the display. Stop this SD card being able to be plugged in by the side there, a bit deeper in that hole. Some other improvements to this. Oops, sorry about that. Right, I'm just going to stop there because that's all I wanted to show you. So actually what I'll do, I'll press this reset button there. See, stop your head, it stopped, killed. Okay, so everything's working on there. A few fingerprints on there, but it's because I'm having a mess about a lot. This is the front plate, the front cover, and if you notice the previous, well, some of the previous iterations I've done, when I was doing the skirt, it was doing a funny, well, not the proper rectangular pattern in a way. That was because it wasn't totally flat on the bed. After I thought I did put flat on the bed. Now talking about the bed, this bed is bumpy, that's why it's being down here. The PI sheet was not laid down properly by me. Some bumps in it, but it was extremely difficult to lay the 200mm wide adhesive down without getting problems. But I didn't take enough care, to be honest with you, but it's, in my view, it's still better than using blue painter's tape. So I think this is near enough 6-hour print, maybe 6.5. So obviously I will be chopping bits of this video out and putting it on to time-lapse, etc, etc. One of the improvements with this, well, there's a couple of minor, well, I suppose minor improvements. One of the improvements, because it's flatter, I hope that the grid, see the heat, this is for the buzzer, like a grid pattern, that will come out better. Looks like it's going to come out better there. I've also added an extra plate where the SD card comes in to try and prevent that the SD card might be pushed in the wrong place between the display and the SD card holder, if that makes sense. I've increased the size of the opening for the SD card as well on this print. A bit tight around the display area as well. I hope everything in this print will fit well. It still might need a tweak or two. I don't know why I do this, why don't I you know, like measure up and check up on the design work first and then print out, instead of printing out and then seeing if it fits. I mean, some of it, okay, you have no other option, but really spending 6 hours doing a print and then find out I have to do a redesign and then do another print. So I'll just let you watch the start of this so you can you can see the PI sheet there, how many patches are sort of on it, well under it in a way, and particularly if you can see the reflections of the smooth rods. Let me try and get that in actually, as the bed moves backwards and forwards, etc. You can see how much the smooth rods sometimes, well, the images distort in this not laid flat PI sheet. Still better than blue painter's tape in my opinion. "13 minutes into this print already." Okay, I'm going to get it onto quite a bit of time lapse, and I think just now. Yeah, let's do that. Let's get on the time lapse. Back to normal speed on the video. 15 minutes into this print. The grid for the buzzer doesn't look quite so well as I was hoping. It's just down here, the grid, but I'll have to see how it probably finishes. I mean, I don't think that's a major thing because the sun's going to get out anyway. So here's some details about this print. Well, some of the settings anyway. I think I'll pause the camera just now for, well, probably a couple of hours actually, unless I notice anything I need to point out, well, want to point out to you. Apart from maybe that buzzer grid there, it looks quite a good print. Two hours into this print, it's going to do a short bit here. Seems to be going along fine. So just updating. Right, pausing the camera again for quite some time. Three hours 14 minutes, and you probably see this line, extra line up here. It's like a barrier in a way. I'm hoping that will stop, if I've got the measurements right, it will stop the SD card being able to be like slid in between the display and the SD card holder, which is possible because this is the side of the SD card. This hole here, dent, to get the SD card and made that even bigger than it was. Okay, I'm going to pause the camera again for a while. Five hours 6 minutes into this print. Show you the display. Turn it right out, otherwise you probably won't see it all that well. So you see it's in, this is like the previous iterations, come out quite well in this black case. Let's turn the light on a bit so you can see the black case. Actually the display is not too bad there. Sometimes when I have the light on, the display is hard to see. Okay, the holes in the back are for the stand for this to go onto. But you can see 60 on the bed, 200 on the nozzle, 5 hours 10 minutes, very small amount on the bar graph still to go. I would estimate about an hour or so. This part I'm printing here is this actual front cover here. I hope that the grid here is better quality, but the part here for the cutout for the SD card is going to be a bit deeper. Also a plate over some of this so that you can't push this SD card into the wrong area on that side, at least. Oh yeah, and I made the edging of the display here a bit tighter, a little bit, so you won't possibly see this green circuit board underneath. That is is the part that's been printed right now, this front sort of cover with those modifications. Maybe you can see the plate there, that's maybe indent I'm going to call it. That plate there is to try to prevent the SD card being put into the wrong place when you're inserting it. And the indent itself is just to allow easier finger access when you're removing the SD card. But I'm going to move back, get the camera on a wider view, and I'll put it on the time lapse just now. Normal speed on the video, 5 hours 37 minutes, and it is certainly finishing off this like edge. And there we are, it's finished. Looks like a good print, can't see any issues or problems with that at all. Well, I'll tell you something, in this plastic box, even the sound of the music it's playing, the buzzer, sounds well clearer. The display looks clearer, and it just feels a lot better than the old cardboard Heath Robinson thing I had this display in. So it is the front cover of this I am building, well just printed out now. Got to wait until the bed cools before even think about taking it off this PI sheet. Right, the bed's had plenty of time to cool. I almost forgot to give you the final time, I think there. 5 hours 38 minutes. I do like this box actually, even though this isn't the final iteration. Even this mightn't be the final iteration, just depends how well it turns out. I can get under the edge quite easy because I think this edge is curved a bit, remember right. So first thing I almost notice is this buzzer thing. There should be big gaps in there. That might clean out, I don't know. Much bigger like indent there to get your fingers in to get the SD card out, but yet I hope this plate almost covers that part that might allow the SD card to go into the wrong place in a way. As I say, this opening has been made a little bit smaller. See the grid there for the buzzer. I'll probably get some tweezers on that and see if I can clean that out any better. That buzzer. Yep, LCD 12864.